till the end of the meeting to homeowners forum. I'm also going to let everybody know that channel 195 is down. So if you are trying to watch channel 195, you're going to have to watch the meeting via YouTube. We have a quorum established, a board of 4. Julian cannot be here. He has a child at playing golf and doing pretty good at it. So proof of notice was posted. And before we approve the agenda, I would like to add to section 5, which is approval of new leases. We have an address to add. It's section 5, part D. Address 10669 Essex Square Boulevard to be added to the agenda for approval. And if I can get a motion to approve the agenda with that. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussions? I'm good.
This was a renewal.
A renewal? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Consent agendas, we're going to go into approval of board and director meeting minutes for June 19th of 25. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussions?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Moving on, any ACC meetings? We don't have any ACC meeting minutes to approve. CEC as well, we have none to approve. Moving on to approval of new leases. We're going to start out with 10669 Essex Square Boulevard is a did you say that was a renewal? Okay.
It's a renewal from June 1 to
Okay.
25 to May 31st, 26.
Yeah, are we good to approve that?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, what we're going to do is this. Let's
do 'em all.
just do them all. We got address 10250 Templeton Lane, 7/1 of 25 to 6/30 of 26. 12669 Farrington Way, 8/1 of 25 to 7/31 of 26. 12500 Fairmont Drive, renewal, 6/1 of 25 to 11/30 of 25. 12639 Kentwood Avenue, 7/1 of 25 to 6/30 of 26. Those are the leases that we have on favor to renew or approve.
Motion to approve the list.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussions? Okay, all in favor to approve?
Aye.
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 Leases and renewals pass. Treasurer's report, Urea.
Okay, we have a presentation. Tom and John.
Looks like the YouTube's not working.
Great.
Treasurer report?
Okay,
Okay.
well, not here, you're not watching.
Second slide, please. So this is the status as of May 31st, 2025. We finished the operating with an operating funds of $620,036, and we are going very good with that. Next slide, please. Expenses versus budget as of May 31st, 2025. As you can see, we have only 2 big items that are in the red for the May column, which is the repairs and maintenance. Actually, we already exhausted this week with the entire budget that we have for general repairs account, okay? Because we still have other accounts that are still in the black. But for the general repairs and maintenance, we exhausted the budget. But for May, we were also in red a little bit, with a total of $7,824, while the monthly budget was only $7,043. The other item, big item that we had in the red was the utilities, composed by electric gatehouse, street lights, electric irrigation, water and sewer, with a total of $9,544, while the budget for that month, May, was only $8,075. However, for May total, we were still on the good side. We spent, in general, less than the budgeted amount. And in the year to date, we also were in the under the budgeted amount for the 5 months. Remember, next page, please. Remember that I have been telling you that especially in January, but it was not only January, but especially in January, we had many expenses that were recorded, that corresponded to 2024, that were recorded in January. And here is the list. So we had several payments for services of 2024 that were recorded in 2025. The total that I have is $48,738.30. So if we apply this to the chart that we just saw, next page please, we get to this following, let's say, adjusted, without taking out those expenses that correspond to what that was recording correctly or incorrectly, that corresponded to expenses in 2024, and since it's only $48,000, we ended up with very similar amount in total for what we have without taking out the expenses. Nevertheless, for the month of January, for the monthly, the total percentage was 20%. So for January, it was quite high, I would say. Anyways, next page, please. So we ended May with expenses amounting to $203,030, which is under the monthly budget, and also our total year-to-date actuals, the 5 months, were also under budget. Next page, please. A look at the reserves. With the reserves, we are doing pretty well. We have accumulated $876,383. But we could expend those very quickly if we have something to repair that is not in the pipeline. We do have in the pipeline for reserves, for example, the roads. We have 2 pieces. Remember that we put the roads repair in sections, let's say. So we have 2 sections available to use this year. And I know there are two locations in the neighborhood that is beginning to look a little bit rough, but we could still wait for repairing them. The money is still there, and I will feel comfortable because the money is there. So the proposed motion, next page please, Tom, is that we still do not approve the unaudited May 2025 financials because There are still some errors here and there, and we have to wait until the audit is done in order for have the adjustment journal entry to quote unquote fix the errors that occur in January, especially in January. Next report, please.
Mariah, do we know when that will be? Do we have a timeline yet
For the
for the audit?
2 months ago, I talked to them, and they told me that in 6 weeks they were going to call me, because they need to call not only me, they should call me, interview me as the treasurer, they should interview the president, and they should interview the CAM. However, looks like they are delayed. Okay, the delinquencies. As of 2 days ago, we had a total of 73 homeowners with a total of $67,475 owed. But as of today, that figure is a little bit better, because the total as of today is only 70 homeowners that owe money in the total of 63,202. Of these 70 homeowners, 15 homeowners are owing money to the HOA for over 90 days. But from these 15, only 7 owe more than $50. So I will make a motion. What will happen with these homeowners that are not complying with the payment schedule? It's over 90 days already, so there is a lot of time, over 3 months, that they have been delinquent. So I will make a motion to suspend the amenity center privilege and deactivate their transponders and fobs with a 10-day notice. So they will get a notice first, and if they don't take any action in 10 days, then the suspension will be activated.
Why are we giving them 10 days? We've already given them 90 or 60.
Some of the homeowners, I might say that probably they don't know that they owe money.
I don't know.
Because it's little money that they owe. It's like the $15 and the $30 of penalty. So this is why, to be good, actually, I know.
Quite a few people.
Well, I put this on the table, and let's see what we can say. We have there to apply this right now, as of tomorrow, let's say, because now.
What was the threshold, $50 or above?
No, we are going to say all 15.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
all
15.
15 with the 10-day notice.
But you have to notify them first, because I am sure that some of them will not know that they owe money. Okay, so this is my motion. I don't know if,
No, I think it's a good approach. I'll second it.
okay, any discussion?
Discussions, I believe notice, I mean, I feel where this homeowner's coming from. I believe in a strict stance on paying, and I don't have pity. But, yeah, I mean, as far as that's all I have to comment as far as comments go.
And the only thing I would like to just make a note on is that, the $67,475 63,000 are within the 30-day window.
Yeah.
So I would expect those to
Go down quickly.
go down fairly quickly, over the next week or so. Okay.
So there is, again, my call to homeowners. Why pay $45 extra because you pay after the 10th? In this case, after the 10th of July. Make an effort and pay on the 10th. And you will save right there $45.
So we got a motion on the table after discussion to send 15 homeowners, is it?
Yep.
A 10-day notice or a letter,
A call first, I will
just
say.
or a phone call or
Yeah,
some
so
type of
we're gonna-
contact.
So
Okay.
Jason to call, and then to, regardless if you get a hold of them or leave them a voicemail, send a follow-up email saying either A, what you talked about, or B, what the message was, notifying them that, as of the date, whatever 10 days is from the day that you call. I mean, it's 15 people, so hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right, so we'll start off with, generally the way we work it, we send them an email stating, they're delinquent, please reach out to me at the office.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do they get an official letter too?
No, the
not
thing
a
is that the
paper
letter
letter,
is $30.
just-
So
Right.
this is why I don't want to
Send the letter.
add it up with another letter.
so I know that there's the way that we've done it historically. I think maybe with this, because these are special cases with 90 days or more. Why don't we, outside of this, just give them a call, send them a follow-up email this time, and let's see if this approach kind of works a little bit differently. Because, I mean, we know that some people don't check their email. I'm guilty of it as well, so.
I am,
Yeah, that's
know,
another
personally,
issue.
But that way, we have coverage where we've made a phone call, we've also sent them, something in writing as well, which is, trackable. If they ever come back and say anything, we have it in writing.
And for those who do not respond,
It's,
then
yeah.
then the stuff gets turned off, so.
they'll respond once the transponders are turned off.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then they will respond.
It made a huge impact the last time we did it.
Okay, I will be in favor of that. Aye.
Aye.
That motion passes. We're moving on to now 6, status of collections, or have we already touched on that here?
Yeah, we're pretty much done with that.
Yeah, that's
section.
what I
We've
thought
already gone
so.
over.
7.
Gonna go to Hampton Park compliance report.
So we got the Tuesday one. So, like every month, all homes are viewed within the community. This month, there was a total of 18 violations sent out. There's a total of 41 violations on our compliance report that are outstanding. There's been 5 cured since the last meeting. And later on on the agenda, we do have some people that we'll discuss about going to fining.
Okay. Committees and teams. Anybody here from the ACC? The CEC? The social committee? Communications teams here? Nothing to be said there. Beautification team, any comments from the beautification team? Everything's on track there?
Do communications?
Huh?
Communications?
Communications? Communications team?
Communications
Present.
would like to, again, ask people if they are not signed up on Engage to please do so to get the accurate information and all the news of what's going on in the neighborhood. Secondly, for communications, again, we're begging anybody that would like to come and learn how to do what we're doing here right now to televise these meetings. Tom, we've dragged him back out of retirement twice already. And anybody that has any inkling, you don't have to be, you can be technically challenged like myself and still get through it. And so anyone that's interested in just having a little fun and doing this once a month, we'd really appreciate it. Just let either a board member or the communications committee know. Thank you.
Thank you. Fitness team?
Beautification.
Beautification? I knew I said beautification. You didn't stand up on it, going.
I'm reporting for Kathy, who doesn't like to get in front of this microphone.
Hi, Kathy.
Yeah. My Kathy hat. If you
come in the neighborhood, the front gate, you've seen the roundabout. You've seen that they put sod down and everything else. The flowers were supposed to have gone in this week, except the supplier had a snafu between where they get them and to start them to grow. So when we went to pick them up, they didn't have any product. So they will be put in next week. If you've also noticed, the roundabout has some chinch bugs, just like you have out here in front of the amenity center. They have been treated. They will have to wait about 10 or 11 days and treat them again, and we should see them go away. You'll also notice that there are some spots from this big to this big that looks like somebody torched it with a thing. It's a brown fungus. So if you're an HOA managed landscape, put in a ticket and let them know it exists. It might be in your backyard. If you're a resident, let your landscaper or pest control people know to come treat your brown fungus. It's sooner than later, and it's predominantly generated on St. Augustine by an abundance of rain. Sorry. So, that's it.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Jane.
Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy. Thank you. Yeah, it's chinch or fungus. You can get chinch or fungus. It's kind of got a little brown tinge to the grass blades. Yeah, it's Florida, man. Bugs. Condors flying around down here. Fitness team. There's nobody here from the fitness team.
Nope.
Master deck team. You are present. Patty, welcome to the mic.
We should pass it around.
So, Julian, Maria, and I met on July 2nd to review the bylaws. We made our comments and suggested changes, and Julian sent it off to Steve, the
Okay.
attorney, on that day. I don't know if we've heard anything back, Maria, do you?
No,
have you heard
no,
anything
not
back
so far.
yet?
Mhm.
So that's all I know.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Thanks.
They didn't, I mean, Steve only sent us the bylaws and also the articles of
Yeah.
incorporation, which we have not yet met on that. They have not sent us anything on the master deck.
Okay.
Okay.
Anybody here from the noise abatement team? You are a jack of all trades, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, I'm into everything.
Here it is. You got your toes in all the ponds.
I got a slide, I don't think it's gonna show that great.
Well, we're the only ones watching, so.
Yeah, you're right, there's no one watching this.
Don't watch it anyway.
There's one for Jill.
All right. This does not look like a wall to me. This looks like green stuff with pricing.
That's not-
Interesting.
The team, the noise abatement team, checked on all the old things that we had talked about 8 years ago, about sound barriers and everything else. Of course, that went nowhere. We were going to get involved with Stony Brook, but they didn't end up having a team there working on it, so we did our own thing. We even checked with a company that makes panels that you could put on the old existing fence that we have along 82. And they were very strong, but when I talked to the gentleman from that company up in Tampa, he said, I said, what about a hurricane? And he said, oh, no, you'd have to take them all down because that could either blow them off or it could actually take your whole fence down. So that was a good thing, but, and you'll see in the, can you run up to the top? So we got 3 different landscapers in here. Clusia is the number one thing that they've all come up with to do what we needed to do to help block, the visibility and some sound. It's never going to block everything. And if you look at it, we have greenscapes, of course, because they're here. And if you look at the chart, you'll see the different sizes. So we have like 7-gallon Clusias and 15-gallon Clusias, and then whether you put them 3 feet apart or 5 feet apart. Obviously, if you go 5 feet apart, you need a lot less of them. So that's the difference on your prices there. So you're looking at, for 7-gallon plants at 3 feet apart, is $63,000. Where if you're 5 feet apart, it's $38,000. And then the 15 gallons obviously are very high, much higher. And then a price for mulch. But if you go down, you'll see, just scroll it down a little bit, you'll see that the pricing, that Greenscape, just my personal opinion is someone that has $1 million contract with our own neighborhood, you think would give us a good deal. But if you look at the end here, when we get down to the last, the ones that we recommend, they're less than half the price. Half, which is just crazy. So we also went to this Tree Trunk Landscapes, and they were less than Greenscapes, and they also were giving us pricing on clumping bamboo and arca plants, palms. But when we got to JVM Landscaping, who one of the people on our team has used for his business and his home, and he knows them, so much cheaper, and it's the best bang for your buck. And I actually went out and visited places that they did just this, the Lucia walls, and it was nice. I mean, it was, first time I saw their prices, I said, this can't be right. And but they do a great job. They're fantastic people, and like they put 880 plants. That's probably too many, and they know that. They'd rather just not charge us than come begging us to put another 10 plants in. So they put the quantities on the high side, where if you look at the one above you, from the trunk people, they're coming up with 628, which it's no way they could do that. It's the amount of that wall. The wall is 2,500 feet. So if you take 2,500 feet and divide it by 3 for every 3 feet, you're in 800s. So how they expected to do that with 628 plants made no sense at all. So the highlighted one there is they're also going to, again, if you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, create a flower bed, which was going to dig up the whole long strip of sod, which was $1,400, and then just plant them. They're doing 3.5 feet, 3 apart. Obviously, we'd love to do 15-gallon because it's not going to take nearly as long to grow that big, but you're looking at $63,000. Whereas if you go 7-gallon, it's going to take longer, but it's, more reasonable, $32,000. So we're just going to leave this. That's our findings. We're going to leave this with the board. You guys are figure out if you need us to do any more things or check for things, let us know.
Has the noise abatement team tried to reach out to like Florida DOT in regards to a new study as far as noise goes?
They wouldn't do it.
They won't do it.
They just said it's been done and blah, 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 and the decimal levels aren't there. And yeah, I mean, 8 years ago, Jim Brandt spent an unbelievable amount of time trying to get them to do it, and just couldn't be done. And then
Jim got all the way
I
to
know we
Tallahassee.
have in the reserves, we have money, especially from the back gate, that never got done. And I know Maria told me you can't use reserves for landscaping, but I think there are probably ways around that. The fact that it's a wall, and yes, it is being done with landscaping, but if we built a wall, you could use reserves. But if you build a wall out of trees, you can't. So there may be a way around that.
Hey, John, these are inside the fence, right?
This is inside the fence.
How much easement do we have inside the fence? What's the easement, so before we hit a property line?
It's way longer than what we're using. I don't have the exact amount, but you guys probably have a better plot for the whole neighborhood.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you, well, the only neighbors that are close to it are on the two ends, and they're dying for it, so.
So the idea, just so I understand it, would be you put them in either between 3 and 5 feet apart. There's 2 different sizes, so the 7 gallons are half the size of the 15-gallon plants.
Right.
The idea being that they grow together, form essentially,
Yep,
fill
it's
the
gonna
gap
make a
of 3 to
solid
5
wall.
feet.
If you go, I think it's Farrington back here. You
Yeah.
go in the back of Farrington where there's no fence or anything. I know one house, I don't know if it's all the way down, but there's humongous.
Yeah,
Just
I saw them today.
You can't even see through it or anything.
Well, they gotta
That's
be
between
15
Silver
foot.
Lakes
Did
and us.
they say how long they would anticipate it to take for those plants to grow into?
I mean, I have them myself. They grow rather fast, but as big as we'd want to get it, to get a big wall out of it.
But-
You know, it's going to be some years, yeah,
Okay.
a few years.
I would have to see irrefutable proof that calusas are gonna stop the noise.
They're going to stop
they
some,
won't
they're not
stop
going to
the
stop it all.
No.
But they're
This
also
is more
going
of an
to,
aesthetic
they're also
thing.
going to stop visibility,
This
which
would
is
stop
really
the-
Right,
kind of-
visibility.
The
yeah.
lights and things.
I have a couple of questions. These prices
I got you, yeah.
include the installation, right?
Yeah, their delivery, installed,
Install
everything.
everything.
That's,
And-
I mean, they got them, if you don't want to do mulch, you don't do mulch, but I
Yeah.
have them do it separate.
My other question is, how long will these prices be active, let's say?
So far, they're still good. I mean, like, some of these we've had for 2 months already.
Oh.
I mean, I just talked to JVM, they were still fine with it,
Okay.
because I forgot the mulch. I had her send the mulch thing over here.
Okay.
Hey, John, do you know, as these grow, will they interfere with any of those trees that are sitting outside of that fence?
No, it's going to be on this side of the tree.
No, I'm
The
wondering, I'm
trees are
just
right up
wondering
ag-
about growing up into
No,
the,
well, I mean, there's the other thing. I guess at some point, again, to add to the cost, you'd probably have to have
We have.
our
We will
landscapers
have
to
to add
come.
these to.
oh yeah, they have to be.
At some point, but they can get up there 8, 10, 12 feet.
Yeah. Well, I think the ones by us
Just
are
let the berm
15
grow back
foot.
in.
I mean, I've had mine on my side of my lanai, and if they hadn't cut them down, they'd be way higher than my
I
house.
mean, I look like a midget standing next to them.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've got
They-
one
they
question
grow
that
quick
may
in the
lead into
summer,
two
too.
questions.
yeah.
What's her name?
Is there irrigation back there that would support these plants?
Yeah, we don't have to change anything. Our big concern is hopefully make a decision quick and get it done during the rainy season.
Yeah, so they get.
Yeah, you want to do it
Really?
now, yeah,
That's all I can.
all right?
you,
And then,
John.
you know, if you need us to do something, just let us know.
Okay, thanks.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
You don't want mine. Mine's all marked up.
Well, here, I'll print it.
That team, I'll do it in a minute. Okay.
When do you wanna do that?
I'll be doing it in a minute, just, yeah.
We're gonna move on to, hold on. We're gonna move on to, reserve study status, Muriel?
With the reserve study update. We met today, myself, Jason, and several homeowners with the Association Reserves representative. Myself, I was very impressed, thank you, Kathy, very impressed about the knowledge and the form that he expressed the answer to all of our questions. So, and after the very brief meeting that we have here, we went all over the place. We went here, everywhere. He was measuring everything, taking photos. So at the end, I was very impressed, and I believe those homeowners that were with us also were impressed. So the plan is that now they are going to analyze all the data, contact us if they need more information, and produce a draft report in 6 weeks. After the 6 weeks, we will analyze whatever they send us, have another set of questions and answers, blah, 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 and he can even run a report with a very small, the minimum amount that we will need, and also some higher amount. He said going through the 100% of coverage, let's say, for all of the projects. Normally, what all the HOAs do is go to an amount in the middle. Not the minimum, because if something else gets done, we have to fix something in the middle, so it's not recommended the minimum. So we need to wait and be in contact with him, because he will be required. We already sent him a lot of information, but he might require more, and through Jason, Jason is going to be the main contact actually with them. So that is the news. He was here yesterday, and today only with us was 3 hours, but he stayed later. He did another round throughout the neighborhood, then alone. So here, I was impressed of all the photos and measurements of everything that was here inside the amenity center as well. So I believe everything was covered, because we said, oh, and the fence over there, and this and that, and he's, yep, I have it. So let's see. It looks good. So this is the update that we have for the reserve study.
And Maria, you'll have updated numbers that are ready to go for the budgeting?
That is the idea, that we will have those numbers before we approve the 2026 budget.
Okay, terrific.
Okay, we're moving on to Comcast broadband.
Hey, Tom, before you open it, before you go to the next page, I want to thank Alex Bratton, Peter Kalin, Tom Iwanski, Chandler Duggar as the broadband team. They did a terrific job. You know, they did a lot of work bringing 3 or 4 companies to the table. As many as 6, I think, were originally brought to the table. Narrowed that down. Comcast was selected as the preferred broadband vendor. We've been through a number of iterations, contract iterations over the last couple of months. Did it take longer than we thought? I'm not quite sure. Anytime you deal with corporate legal, you know, there's a lot of back and forth. But there was a lot of back and forth that actually took place. We got a lot. Did we get everything? No, Comcast pushed back on some things, but you know, generally speaking, you know, we're very pleased with what we ended up with. So go ahead, Tom. Flip to the next page. So the Xfinity Communities Bulk Service Agreement was executed today, Thursday, July 17th. The service agreement is effective tomorrow, July the 18th. The service agreement effect for a term of 10 years and 11 months. That's what's in the contract, although that may be 10 months now because it changed a little bit over the last 30 days, but it's 10 years and some months. The initial cost per month for each resident will be approximately $77.22. Although in my conversations today with Vaughn, it'll vary slightly, a few cents, based off of the calculation of the taxes when it's all pulled together. So, but that is going to be right in the ballpark. I think when we went through it with Comcast, it was $77.18, so it's a few cents either way. Equipment upgrades will be available. There is an increased channel lineup. There's other additional services and options that will be made available. Jason and I will start to work next week on getting this information out to you, our homeowners, okay? I have a couple things I'll show you today, but we want to work with the communications team and figure out what is the best way now to move this information out to everybody, okay? And then the estimated date for the fiber network construction will be around September. Okay, all that is dependent on permitting with Lee County. Heaven help us all. And then with the completion date now in March of 2026. Okay?
A question. Since we signed today, Are they going to reduce the monthly payments from August on?
Well, probably sometime in August, depending on when they are able to roll these channels out, because Vaughn told me today that because the effective date is a Friday, it may take them a few days because they have to go through and reset everybody's account individually.
Yeah, this is, since we are in
Yes.
July, this is what I said.
So
From August on.
some type of prorated adjustment, he said. Okay, that's all I know.
Okay.
There was a lot going on today. So anyway, just a couple of highlights here. You'll see, and like I said, we'll get the additional details out to you. This is probably one document. He sent me this as a draft today. They're also updating this as a kind of a service information that'll go out to all homeowners. But Xfinity TV, so Ultimate TV and More Sports and Entertainment, those channels will be, it's got effective 7/18, but as he told me today, it's going to take them a few days to reset everybody's account, and then everybody will have availability of 4 H1 HD TV boxes with 150 hours of cloud DVR. Xfinity Internet, gigabit internet will download speeds up to 1100 megs with a wireless gateway. And then this check mark here says you may be eligible for an internet or video upgrade equipment at no additional charge. And you know, so there's a phone numbers on the back of this, but Tom, go to the next slide. And I did this just to give you a little bit better feel for it. So if a resident has any older TV boxes that are not X1, they can request a self-install kit or visit the local Xfinity store and upgrade their TV boxes. If a resident has an older modem that is not capable of the new bulk speed of 1100 meg, customer service or the Xfinity store will confirm if they need to upgrade their modem or gateway to deliver the new subscribed speed. So, you know, you'll be able to call them or visit the Xfinity store. They'll be able to tell you what type of equipment you have, and having just gone through that, if you need new equipment, okay? If a resident prefers professional installation of the equipment, they can schedule via customer service, the Xfinity store, or the app. There's a $100 fee for that. But you know, you can do it yourself, which I just learned, and it wasn't that bad. And then once the new fiber to the unit network is completed in 2026, the technician team, they will need unit access into your homes to convert the modem and gateway to the fiber-based only gateway setup, okay? And that installation is free for everybody. All right, so just a couple highlights there. This is some information we'll get out to you, you know, numbers to call. You know, if you want to call in and check, I would say check equipment first. Okay, make sure that you have the most current equipment. And they, like I said, they can tell you that. All right, or you can go to the Xfinity store, they know it there too, but we'll get all this information out to everybody over the next few days. Okay, and then the last slide, Tom. This is the new channel lineup. Okay, so it's pretty extensive, and what I did, you know, some of it's even really hard to read. Anyway, I believe there's well over 200 or somewhere in that vicinity. But that adds. So some folks today are paying for the Ultimate TV channels. Some people are paying for More Sports and I forget what that was called.
Peacock.
Yes, that stuff will go away, okay, and it's included now. So those charges that you're being charged today for Ultimate TV or your More Sports and Entertainment, those charges will go away as soon as this conversion takes place. But, you know, give them a few days to get ahead of this now, okay? And that's it.
Thank you, Dave. We're going to be moving on to the parking lot, repair and seal. Jason?
So the ongoing saga with the permit. This all has to do with the playground permit that was not followed through on. back in 2023 or 2024, whenever it was installed. Continue to work with the city. As of last week, they approved the engineered drawings that we had done and sent in to them. Everyone that needed to look at it in their department signed off on it. We paid the fees for the permit and everything that we need to do. We're waiting for them to schedule the actual site inspection to make sure the plans match up with what we actually did. So hopefully that'll happen by the time of next meeting, and we'll be able to coordinate with the parking lot vendor and hopefully get some tentative dates and get that finally going.
Okay. Moving on to the amenity center fence painting. Did some research on the paint, did some research with companies, talked to some companies. Looks like we have a vendor, Florida Painters, that's using a Bondplex paint. It's a high performance acrylic paint, and it's used for just what we have, painted fence that is getting repainted. They can sand it, power wash it, clean it, and then put the paint on. I called the company. They had a proposal for $9,400. I negotiated them down to $8,400. And that, my recommendation would be that we move forward with them. So I'm going to make a motion to approve Florida Painters. Do I have a second?
Second.
Oops, she beat me.
She beat you to it, see?
Is that 8,400 you said?
$8,400, yeah. Did you get a updated proposal from them yet? You have not, okay. It will be for $8,400.
That is out of reserves, correct?
Yes, this is reserves.
Any discussions on this? We're good? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes to move forward with Florida Painters to paint the pool fence. Moving on.
We need 10 days' notice in order to cut the bushes back.
Yes, oh yeah. So let,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the communication
Yeah.
with,
yeah.
Has to
I'll
be-
work that with Patrick and Greenscapes. Yep.
And we're gonna move on to the FPL update for the roundabout. Did hear back from FPL finally. They said that the nearest box that they can plug in or pull from is on the corner here. So to get FPL to run from the power box, which is on the corner, just to the roundabout, and that's not doing the street board, that's not putting the line to the actual roundabout, just to run to the roundabout, they were gonna charge us $35,000.
After actual boring,
That would be them digging a trench, because it's not gonna be bored under any street. They're not going under any street or anything, it's just there's a power box here.
boring take them 2 hours.
It very well may. It's almost sound like the $35,000 is probably something they don't want to do. We did get a quote though from Coconut Electric to do the whole thing, and this quote was given to us months ago. I'm going to say probably 4 or 5 months ago. To have Coconut Electric do it, the whole job was going to run about $49,000. So, but that would include the street bore, you know, to go beneath the sidewalk, the street, and everything else. So that would be a complete job. So, I mean, that's the two I have as of right now. It's not, I don't see that being in the budget for this year. Obviously, we will continue to discuss it and decide what the future plan is. So hopefully maybe we can find something cheaper, or maybe keep working on it. Maybe, you know, so there's all maybes there. So moving on from that, installation of a yield sign, Yov.
Yeah, so I think Patty Stevens had mentioned at the last meeting that there was the issue with people coming in from the resident side while the guest side, and it was creating kind of a safety hazard. So I did have a bigger plan in mind, but looking at it, it would just be kind of a visual nightmare. So you've probably seen it. There's a sign that's by the gate shack that just says caution, watch for residents entering, or cars coming from the right, one of the two. It's been up there for like 2 weeks, so I forget now, but it was easily purchased. It's nothing extremely fancy. The cost was minimal, so it's up there now. And so, because it was purchased, I would, I guess, motion to ratify for approval.
Yeah, second.
What I had said at the last meeting was that nobody reads signs.
Well, yeah, but
Well, that's true too.
no one can complain. Not that they can't complain. If they don't read it and there is something there, there's a sign, so that way it's,
We have covered.
there's a sign there.
I still think it should be incumbent on the guard not to open up the gate.
Well, so that's also included in that too, though. There was like I wouldn't say re-education, but there was a message sent to them that if there is traffic coming in from the resident side and you have a guest coming in, to hold opening or releasing the guest in first, so.
All right.
Call for the vote.
Yeah.
For the
Aye. All in
ratification.
favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Motion passes. Moving on to the CEC. David.
Okay, so there are 4 finding notices that I would like to make a motion to approve. The first one is 10182 Bellcrest, that's a dirty roof. 12631 Farrington Way, that's a dirty roof. 12743 Farrington, that's a dirty roof. And 12471 Kentwood, that is mulch and a dead tree. Now, Jason, these are how many days out? 56 days out since their first?
At least, it's probably a little longer, maybe a week or two after
Okay,
that.
okay. So the notice has been out to them for?
Well over 2 months.
Yeah, well over 2 months. So I would like to make a motion that we move this or refer these fines or these violations to the CEC for a fining review.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
So just to be clear, the motion is to impose the fine, send it to the
Yeah.
CEC.
Yeah. All in
And-
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And the fining process begins. 2026 budget preparation schedule. You're up.
Okay, this is the time of the year when we start preparing our budget. This year is for the 2026 budget. So, next page, please. Here is the schedule. So, we will start today with the announcement. On July 31st is the first budget workshop where the teams and committees will come with their proposal. August 11 is the second budget workshop, and if needed, we have a third budget workshop on August 26. The idea is that the budget presentation to homeowners will be on September 18, and the budget mailing will be just after that. So we can approve the budget on October 16. So, next page, please. To be sure, please, teams and committees, begin preparing what you need for 2026. I know that, John, you want this before 2026, right? But something like this, for all your projects in 2026 is what you should present to us at that meeting, which is going to be July 31st, here at the Amenity Center, 7 o'clock. Next page, please. When we have that, we are going to massage and put all these requirements there. And on August 11, we are going to start with a proposal that will come from Jason's and Castle's group, what we have done during the year, et cetera, all the projections, and we will begin reviewing account by account and making adjustments as needed. So we will go to all the accounts. This is the idea. And if needed, we will have a third budget workshop on August 26th. So this is the plan. Please, share of teams and committees, prepare for that. Because if we don't know what you need, then don't say that you don't have money to do whatever. So please prepare, come, and when we receive everything, we will see what can we do and what can we not do. So that is the budget preparation for 2026 schedule. Thank you. Next.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to homeowners golf cart policy. I'm going to be tabling that to a future meeting as we are still discussing that. Moving on to damage
Yeah.
in the park.
Yes, we've drafted it's essentially an SOP, but it's how to handle damage that happens in the community, from everything from the front back gates to just random miscellaneous incidents. Previously, I'm not sure if we had any kind of formal process that was in place on how to deal with stuff like that. So now we do have a document that we as a board have kind of drafted and put together. It also has kind of a report form, and I think it covers pretty much every aspect of how to deal with damage that could happen. That's obviously not like storm related. It's caused by someone, be it a delivery service or someone in the neighborhood, who knows. But I would like to motion to approve that.
I'll second that. Any discussion?
Yes, I believe it's a good idea to put this in our website, so everybody knows what the steps are, what is the information that we are going to gather, etc., etc.
Good. I agree.
Sure, absolutely.
I'll send it to Jason.
Yeah, we'll get posted, I'm sure.
That'll work. Discussion, any more discussion on this? Prepare for vote, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
The motion or the vote passes. SOP will be added to the website for homeowners to view. Moving on to the updated design review manual and covenant enforcement policies, process, and procedures. Dave.
Okay. We have from the ACC team and from the CEC, we have their updated draft documents of the design review manual and the covenant enforcement policies, procedures, and process. So Jason and I were working through the timing now. These draft documents need to be sent to homeowners or a way to access these documents. Okay, so we'll work that out. These documents need to be to homeowners, 14 days prior to the next board meeting, correct? So, in the next few days, we'll figure out what that timing is, how do we get this copied then and sent to everybody.
Has the lawyer approved them?
Yeah, they're good. Yep, they're good to go. In fact, the lawyer's seen the CEC one several times, Tom.
Yes.
More than you want, I'm sure.
That was probably the most difficult one because of alignment with any state statutes, okay, or any changes that have taken place, in the last year or so. So, but they look pretty good. All the board has seen those. So I would like to make a motion to prepare these and to be sent to homeowners.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion?
Yeah, so there could be changes, though, slight changes based on that survey that's going to go out.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yes.
So can you explain a little bit to the homeowners about the survey and how many days it's going to be open, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, so there's a survey that was a little bit bigger, but now I think it's shrunken down. It's pretty narrow in focus, but it's going to be sent out by the ACC team, and I believe it'll have a response date of 10 days, just to kind of gauge opinions. And then from there, any small changes that are needed, if any, could go into the DRM before it gets circulated out. So it's fairly easy. It just requires a computer. It'll be sent via email.
We'll have to talk after the meeting as far as the timeline and changes to the year.
Get that noise from stopping.
Those manuals have been approved by the board, and they're just gonna be sent out to the community because of regulations with,
The documents themselves will not be sent, there will be a letter, and these will be addressed in a special meeting time, but there will be a link provided to reach these
But-
documents, so we're not
but
gonna
to
mail these.
To clarify, the board has not approved the documents yet.
Yes,
Has approved the sending of the documents to the homeowners.
after the survey. And any survey stuff will be addressed so that we don't
Yeah,
have to
so-
reprint everything because somebody wanted a
Yeah, and as David was explaining, the idea is that we are not going to send all those 100 pages to the homeowners. We are going to send the link so they can go into the computer and review those documents.
Will it be redlined, Mariah?
I believe, no. No, because they were not done in Word, but in the other software,
we actually have Word versions now.
but not with track changes.
Right.
I'd like to vote to move this out to the homeowners.
Everybody in favor?
Aye. There you go.
Aye.
Motion passes. The backboard, basketball backboards, Dave?
Yeah, this is something that we have talked about for quite some time, and Jason's been digging into this for even longer than that. Lino as well, we first inquired whether that would be something that Lino could do, but, you know, those are heavy. You need to be able to get them in the air. You need to be able to get them attached to the pole that's out there. So it takes a lift or multiple guys to do that. So finally, we went out, and it wasn't as easy as we thought it was going to be to find vendors. Jason, I don't know, any background on that? I know you...
No, there's literally not a lot of vendors in the area that do basketball courts. Yeah, there's like one pretty much in the area, and the rest would be like a handy person that would just want to do the job, and for the reasons David explained, that's why we're not using them.
So we have a proposal here, an estimate for, to replace the two backboards, acrylic backboards. The poles will stay. We needed to make sure that we didn't have to replace the poles, so the backboards needed to be able to bolt onto the current poles that we had. So the estimate is $3,500 for this proposal, and I'd like to make a motion to approve this.
I'll second the motion.
Yeah, to clarify, this will come from the reserves.
Yes.
Okay,
It's under what's budgeted?
Fitness, the fitness.
Yeah, it comes out of one of the fitness accounts, yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Moving on to pet waste stations. There's been some asked from homeowners asking off of the Bellcrest area about pet waste stations being put in over there. I don't know the exact locations of where these would go. You know, there's Fairmont, Bellcrest. There's an area there that is next to the streets. It's right there by the, what do you call that, the preserve? There's an area there that we can put one. I don't know how everybody feels about that.
Well, I think what we should do is Jason put a map together of
Okay.
where they're currently at. I think we should look at that
Okay.
and say, okay, here's a
Yeah.
big open area that could use one, and, you know, here's another one over here. Because I think we have 4 or 5, right?
If may I say something? I am inclined to not favor this project because I believe that it's not fair for those homeowners that don't have any pets or have cats. They don't use the waste stations at all. And I do have a dog, but I can see the other side. And also, I have a pet, and I should take care of her completely. Why base the doggy bags or whatever from the HOA? So this is my point.
Yeah, because each pet station's what, $200?
Yeah, but
And then we have the maintenance.
the
Then we have
maintenance,
empty,
we
and
are
have
paying a lot
yeah.
of money to
Correct.
cleaning the
Correct.
thing.
So it's another consideration.
Well, it's included in the, let me see, I can tell you exactly, wait a second.
I like the map I did, find out where we have them.
32 a month, and that includes all the waste stations for the contract. It's not broken down into pet stations and border cleaning duties.
So the intent really wasn't to approve this tonight, but to talk about
Just
it a
discuss
little
it,
bit. I kind of agree with Maria. I mean, when my daughter's dog comes to visit, I never leave the house without Publix bags in my 2 pockets. You know, but I know that's not the case across the community, so.
Yeah, I got bags at home too, I get it.
So what I would recommend is we talk about it internally over the next month, and if we feel it's got some merit, we put it on the agenda for August.
That works.
I agree with what you said too. I think if we could see it, they're kind of positioned on a map. Because I know we have one back over there, one behind the amenity center. We have one by Kentwood, but I can't think of a fourth.
I believe there are 5. I believe there are 5. This is what I
I'm pretty sure there's 5 on the
remember.
map that I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And, well, we'll discuss it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I suppose.
but let's take a look at the map. And
Sounds good to
Okay.
me.
all right.
All right, moving on to that. That will be tabled for further discussion. Any announcements from board members? Anybody have anything to announce, bring up?
Front gate's working again.
It is, that was quick. That was speedy
they did it
fast.
yesterday.
Yes, it was, that was very fast.
Was that another lightning strike?
Yeah, it got struck Friday.
Unfortunately,
Yep.
Gateway Greens, their gate doesn't work because we stole theirs, but yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Do we
We
have,
didn't steal it.
do we have surge protectors on them?
That, we're working on that. I got Jason talking to Diamond to get surge protectors for front and
I
back.
mean, I would think they're
gates,
grounded
everything.
somewhere.
You would think so, but I know we have the battery backups for the NVRs that have surge protectors built in
No.
it. You can get additional surge protectors for the equipment, I know,
Yeah, these
but
are gonna go.
we all know if a lightning strike hits direct or even close to
There's
it,
plugs
it's
in there and
gonna
there's
fry them.
switches.
But we should probably get them, I think. I mean,
No.
they're working on a proposal, and we'll see what they
I'm
can
gonna
do.
see up there by the rear.
Boy, we spend a lot of money on that
Way
equipment.
too much. And that's, like, I've talked to Jason. Jason knows how frustrated I've been, believe me. I'm sure Diamond knows how frustrated I've been, and the words that have came out of my mouth, Lord have mercy, God forgive me. But it is a top priority to make sure we exhaust all efforts to stop this from happening. This can't go on this way. That's why I'm repeating myself. But yeah. So, yeah, that's how upsetting that is. So anyways, yeah, so you know what to do with that. Get with Diamond and just, yeah. have them
Yeah,
do what
I've
they
already
have
asked
to do
them,
to make it
they're
stop.
preparing.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Other than that, no announcements from the board. Well, we're finished with announcements from the board. The homeowners forum, let's move on. Where's the list? Oh, here it is. Got it. We're gonna have Jane, come on up.
I have 2 questions or comments about stuff that was
Fucking gate
mentioned
frustrates me so
during
bad.
the earlier part, but we didn't get a chance to discuss them. We have streetlights that Florida Power, I believe we pay a set fee because they're not metered, is that correct?
Correct.
We're paying for streetlights that don't work.
So we need to get actually need to have FPL come out and get a
That's
count.
right.
So the way FPL works, they're
Yeah.
all serial numbered. We have to identify which ones are out then we put in a ticket, then they come out and repair them at their own time.
Because we have
So-
one right out here that's been gone since Ian.
So it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone, okay.
Yeah, so. that's
So it could be
just-
one we're paying for that's gone.
Yeah,
Okay. I
definitely.
got you.
Did they cap the,
When they removed it, they removed the number, so we don't have a number to give it to you. All you can do is a GPS location.
but did they cap the power to the?
No,
So maybe what,
there's a hole in the ground.
Okay.
so I think what we might need to do with that is maybe take a day and drive through the community to mark every power pole within the community,
Right.
the location. We can do like a GIS mapping
Right,
and just put a red dot where each pole is, and then we'll have a number count.
yeah.
We can count that against what we're paying per the FPL contract or what we paid them, so. Gene, perfect job for you.
I want to add something about the FPL. I learned that FPL is increasing their electricity too late for the budget to be considered with the new numbers they are going to because they consider it and approve it late in the year.
Right.
And we are going to approve our budget in October. So having said that, when we prepare our budget, Jason, I'm looking to you because we have to do something there. We have to prepare for that extra increase that is coming.
Yeah, I've got some notes and research I've been doing. I don't have them in front of me, but I want to say from what I've heard and could find out from other managers and people in the area, it's generally good to book about 4% increase for that.
Okay.
But
Do
most
they have,
utilities-
do they have a cap?
I don't think they do. Well, there's probably some legislative cap that they have, but I don't know.
Actually, we do need to put together some, not a team, but a couple people that, I mean, you don't necessarily have to GIS map each one as you go, but mark the locations on, say, like just a map, and then you can go back in and mark them. If we could get that, that'd be great. Be something huge to have, so. I know there's a point at our drive where the FPL power starts and stops from what is part of the contract. I don't know exactly where that is on our drive here. I'll have to figure that out. That'll be another call to FPL. I'll enjoy that.
Sorry.
No, not a problem. I'll be on that.
They
So,
love talking to you.
yeah, they do. Yeah, it's 4 months to get a hold
I
of them.
haven't been on their website in a little bit, but we might want to start looking there first to see if they have evolved and have a map now
Yeah,
that will show us every streetlight.
that would be
And
really
then,
good, yeah.
You know, for reporting purposes, like,
Sure.
oh, click, I live here, this one's broken. They
Makes sense.
probably don't, but let's look
Okay.
there first.
All right. Well, between us, if we kind of can do
Yeah.
some research on this, and I'll even plug in on it and see what I can find out, and we'll
The
handle
other
it.
one is a question for John about your, what was it, JVM with the company? Did they do an actual site survey?
Yeah, they were.
Okay. How are they going to handle the fact that there, with the exception of the far end and the end at 82 in Griffin, there is so much of a slope there that we've had to remove trees and we lose trees. Yeah,
They just said they had no problem doing this.
really. Because we have, they not only, some of the trees as they got bigger, they blew 6, 7 panels with the fence over.
Oh, the ones from the hurricane, I was thinking from
Yeah.
a washout, but
Yeah.
yeah, yep.
Yeah. But it is, it's, instead of being more like this, it's like
Well,
this.
even as soon as you get away from the fence,
Yeah.
it's already sloping.
The other thing is the mulch will have to be bumped up. If they put mulch down, it'll have to be bumped up in the HOA mulch.
I was about to say, we can consider also mulch versus pine straw versus mulch, because I know we have pine straw out there now. We use mulch in the community, pine straw on the outside. Right,
Yeah.
yeah, we can do pine straw, it's a lot
There's
cheaper.
pine straw on the outside of the fence, both on Griffin and 82, but
Right.
mulch on the inside.
Right, correct.
Okay? And then I get to do my thing, was this mosquitoes. I had 2 people come out from the mosquito control and do surveys of people's houses or whatever. They went so far as to check your bromeliads. They are full of water and mosquito larvae. So if you have bromeliads that trap a little bit of rainwater or whatever else, you're growing your own mosquitoes. The other thing he told me is if you check your gutters and they're not draining, there's water up there and that's where they are growing. So these are just simple things. I was out on Thursday and saw quite a few strafing runs by the helicopter that was sprayed. And I mean, he was a tight pattern. So, and they will be coming back because it takes about a 14-day cycle to get rid of larvae and mosquitoes. In fact, I had one hitchhike in tonight. So just, the other thing I noticed is people that have basketball rolls that are the movable ones, the base actually has an indentation, and that's enough to catch water and grow mosquito larvae. So, and they do make a product called Dunk, D-U-N-K. It's a granular thing. You buy it, you put a few pieces in there, and as the rain washes it out, you put a few more, and it will kill larvae. It is harmless to pets, animals, and people. That's it.
Thanks, Gene.
Thank you, Jane.
Bromeliads.
We can. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And
And we have tons of them.
we have,
Yeah, because they're not in here
we
looking.
have to actually mark the location.
They don't come in and check them, so,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you go street by street, hit the line,
They're in the burn zone.
What we'd have to do is actually, but then we have to find out where the street lights are that are bad.
I know.
We're still gonna have to go through
Yeah.
and do that, right? Or does this show us where we have lights at?
take a look at this. See?
Sorry, it was
That's
next.
like what we need to do is like kind of go street by street, and I think divide it up like that, but then,
Okay.
I don't know,
And all the green things are lights, right?
I'm gonna check like.
All right. We're gonna move on to Chris.
I just have a couple of things I wanted to bring up with the board tonight. It seems like no one has addressed the elephant in the room about the golf carts and the boulders. There was obviously everybody knows about the dust up that happened a week ago or so. You know, this community was never marketed as a golf cart community. There was obviously a proliferation of golf carts during COVID. A lot of things changed then. We had a lot of homeowners because they had nothing else to do. People were doing all kind of things, bicycling and, you know, just it was really an odd time, and a lot of things changed during that time, but things have obviously come back to normal. So the comment I wanted to make to you is that I'm very much in favor of what you guys did with the boulders. You know, I know a few people were up. So we have, 569 homes. We have a handful of people that were complaining about it, which is a, you know, very minuscule number compared to the people. And I don't even know what the amount of homeowners are that own golf carts, but it's not, when you look at the entire community, it's not that many. And that situation down there, you know, if FPL wanted to let people use that, they wouldn't have locked gates on there. I mean, truth be told, we're probably not even supposed to be in there. So I don't know that for sure, but I would imagine that they allow people to use that path in there to walk on and ride bikes. But something ever happened to anybody in there? I mean, you were talking about a couple of meetings ago that it looks like a KOA campground back in that area.
Go behind the house sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if they knew that was going on, I don't think they would allow that to happen. But anyway, one thing happened to me today. I was leaving the community this afternoon, and I'm driving out, and I really try to follow the speed limit in here. I'm really conscious of that all the time because of the kids. I was coming down Gateway Lakes, and a young teenager came across Gateway Lakes almost in front of me. If I would have been going a little bit faster, I probably would have ran him right over. He didn't hesitate one bit coming off of that power line. Came across and went down the other side. He had an electric bike. and he was probably going faster than I was. So, you know, it is dangerous, you know, when people come in and out of there, they don't watch what they're doing. Sometimes I even worry about Gene backing in and out of there, okay? But anyway, I just wanted to let you know that. The other thing that's been extremely frustrating is this delinquency thing. I'm tired of hearing about it, and I'm sure you guys are too. You know, we should not be carrying any delinquencies. And for this to be an ongoing issue is ridiculous. And people know when they owe money. You know, it's no surprise. They know when they owe money. So, and I wouldn't even know what to tell you to do, but as this gentleman said, this is unbelievably frustrating. It's not fair to the rest of the community. These people don't respect their neighbors to allow us to pay all these bills for them, and they're enjoying this community and the amenities. Like I said, if you said to me, what do you think we ought to do? I don't know, but something's got to be done. It just keeps going on and on and on.
We don't disagree.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
It's being.
I know that. It has to be frustrating. Before I get to the compliments, I got one other thing. There's a home in here that we've been dealing with, you guys as a community have been dealing with for years, for non-compliance, for mulch, and this just keeps going on and on and on. A couple of years ago, I thought that if this homeowner didn't comply, that the HOA was going to mulch it and send him a bill. I don't think that ever happened. Even the dirt's getting tired. It's been exposed for so long. And you probably know where I'm talking about.
I apologize. I'll make sure my home looks a little better.
Thank you. Pick up that dog
You're
waste.
right.
Do you have a minute for me after the meeting?
Sure.
About that? Sure.
Anyway.
No, yeah.
It's already on the radar, okay.
On a good note, the new
Oh,
lights,
yeah, okay.
the new lights on the stone columns look really nice. The roundabout looks beautiful. It was a real compliment to the community to fix that up. It really looks great.
Thank her. She's part of the beautification committee. Kathy's back there. She's a lot of work. Everybody in the beautification team.
Thank you. It looks beautiful. So, anyway, thank you very much.
No, thank you for the support.
Sure, and thanks for
Order 3
all the
more
work
rocks,
you guys
okay?
do. We really
Order 3
appreciate
more.
it.
Okay, get 3 more rocks out there. Thank you, Chris. We're gonna move on. Yep, we're gonna move on to Scott Ashbrook.
I won't bring up the delinquencies anymore. Just a couple, one was the Comcast issue, which we had already talked about, the contract, and the speed sign was hit here.
Yeah, at the roundabout? Mhm.
Yeah, I saw it.
You did, okay.
I reported it to Lino when he was fixing it, and I heard those are $1,000.
Yeah, they're a little pricey. Yeah.
I don't know if that form you have will cover something like that. If we see something like that, we can fill it out.
More on top
I
of
should
it.
have jumped out of my house and caught the kid, because he went back and grabbed some parts, ran back to his car. He couldn't have gotten very far.
He didn't get all of his parts.
He didn't
You didn't get all those parts,
yeah.
yeah.
And he's
Black
It's on our camera, and the police have already, or sheriff's department already has a report generated,
Alright.
got their insurance
All right, so
information.
all right.
We're working the process.
It would have been better for him had he gotten this one.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah. He might have gotten
The parts,
away.
he wouldn't have been as easy.
You know what I learned? That you can tell from the part of a bumper what model car it is.
Is it a Honda?
Hyundai.
The wheel
Blue.
well, it's not even the bumper.
It was some detective work, because it was
Yeah.
a part number from the Hyundai that located the type of vehicle it was, to the year it was, to then looking at the gates, to narrowing it down to what car. I think it was taken care of in.
Less than a day.
It was, yeah, a couple hours.
A couple phone calls.
I don't know which way you turn here, but.
It was quick. Take her.
About the aeration systems, is that maintained by Gateway Services or us?
Which,
Gateway Services.
So we have to contact them?
Yeah, and there's been maybe a handful of owners that have come in with similar questions, or called about,
Yeah, I called last week, and
Yeah, so it may have already been reported, but the more people that report it, including me, the better. Hopefully they'll take action faster.
That's the only thing.
Yeah, I don't know what irrigation.
That car, because I
Is it?
didn't have enough time to.
Irrigation system, the bubbler?
You're talking about the aeration in the lakes,
Yeah,
right?
Right over here, I got two on the north end that aren't working.
On the ponds?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's GSCDD. I actually reported those.
Ponds are working, but
I droned all the ponds and
Not
marked
getting
all the
anything
ones
out.
that weren't
You
working
can
last
report
year.
them via click fix and take a picture of the lake where it's not working and load it in the thing, and they have to respond to you.
okay. I know it's getting power, the pumps
Yeah.
are running, but
Just ain't working.
yeah,
Okay.
and it comes right out of that corner.
Keep
All right,
bugging
thanks,
them.
gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Ladies.
Cliff?
Cliff, 12667 Fairfield Way. On the 14th, I called a GE representative to come in. When he got to the gate, he was refused because he did not give him his personal ID, but his company does not allow him to give personal information. And he does have an ID from GE. The truck is all marked, but some of the people contract's been waved through. And we have so many people in here that are walking, and riding bikes, and now e-bikes.
I heard about
We don't
this
know who they
situation.
are.
Yeah, I heard about this situation. I'm familiar with this. This was a business that pulled up at the gate. Driver's license was requested. He stated to the guard that his company does not want him to show his driver's license at the gate, I guess from what the guard said.
Right.
Our policy, we have stated that anybody coming in the community, if they're gonna be driving on our streets and they're driving on a public roadway coming into the community, and they have a driver's license, needs to present the driver's license to be driving in the community.
They're gonna get a GE representative to come in and do service to the customers.
And I get it, I would hope he has his license, I would hope he has a license.
I can't believe he doesn't have a driver's license.
Yeah, shoot, I got one in my pocket,
I'm not-
2
That's what he
seconds.
said, 'cause I met him at the gate.
That's what I heard, you met him, I was fully informed with all that, said you had to come meet him at the gate and stuff like that.
Yeah. So,
That's a hard one to,
but some of these people are waived in.
Yeah.
Because they're a contractor.
yeah, they're not waved in anymore.
We've been dealing with
lately.
gate security, and if they're waving people in, we want to know about it, because they've been given strict orders. If somebody comes up to that visitor's window, they are to scan their ID and scan the license plate number.
It's not Stewart during the day.
No, it wouldn't be
That's a-
Stewart during the
that's a
day,
big
it's
thing
not,
now.
Stewart's good.
We know, we know.
We know, we're very.
We kind of know where the weak links are at.
We do.
But if the company
We're on it.
doesn't want to give it up, personal information,
I mean, we've turned away the GSCDD supervisor at our gate. She said she wouldn't, why, she said, I'm not giving you my license. She turned herself around and left, all upset, but she had to leave. I mean, it's just one of those that if you're coming off a public road, which you should have a driver's license to drive on a public road, you need to present an ID to drive, or a driver's license to drive in the community. That's been our policy, and it's not, I mean,
well, the word will be out there.
I would hope that,
No GE's going to come in and service you.
I would hope maybe the representative of
I
GE,
find
the
that
repair
kinda
guy,
odd,
yeah,
but-
just, I can try to reach out to GE Direct, the corporation, to find out what their laws or what the rules are, their company rules, just to get you a clearer answer.
Yeah.
It may have been he didn't have it on him, and he just wanted to, you never know, you just never know.
He was legit.
Yeah, okay.
I feel he was legit.
That's a very rare situation that comes up, so hopefully we don't have to cross that bridge again, you know? I mean, I apologize, Cliff, but that's,
But I think,
we want people to have a license driving in here. We don't want,
well, I agree.
you know,
The thing is, what do you do with all these bicycles coming in here? You don't even know.
you're right, the bicyclists, those, we can't stop bicyclists, but, we're working on some policies coming up here.
We got a lot of walkers come in here, we don't know who they are.
No, I get it. They don't have to have a driver's license to walk though, and hopefully they won't hit your mailbox with their feet and knock it over, you know?
And
your mail be strewed all over the road, you know, who did this?
Need to be researched and see.
Yeah,
see what
I
we
got you.
got.
All right, Cliff, I appreciate that. We'll
Thanks,
definitely gotta
Cliff.
listen to that
Yeah.
and figure out, you know. Patty?
It's not so bad. Patty Stevens, 12506 Kentwood. So, two things. I'm still a little confused about the playground issue. And we can't get a permit because a permit wasn't closed before when we put the fence in? Is that what's... So wasn't it up, and maybe I asked this before, isn't it up to the vendor who installed the fence to close that permit? And are we going back to him and holding him responsible for that? Are we paying money for new permits that we shouldn't be because the vendor should have closed that permit?
No, it was never done and processed correctly. And
Has anybody gone back to that vendor? Because I would think that he would be responsible for closing that permit originally. And that he should be paying the fees for
I
us.
wasn't involved in the initial project.
I understand
but,
that, but
Does it, if any,
I don't even know who did the
There's
fencing.
I think the way permits work though is that like the vendor can pull them for you, but they pull them on your behalf. So it would still fall on, like
Oh.
if you're doing my roof, you're pulling
Right.
a permit for my house, like you're taking the kind of the legwork out
Yeah.
and actually getting the paperwork, but the permit, like if there's a problem, would still fall on to like me as, it's my house.
I mean, I know I closed my roof one.
Yeah.
And then you would have to call and tell them to
and
complete.
stuff, they all
They're
have to
just
send
doing
it
it
all
kind of
there.
like part of the service where they're completing it for you. So I think that the issue would be, and I agree, I understand that it was a long time ago, but that the issue would be that they pulled it and then it was just never pulled, so or never closed out. So there was
Well, then it expired.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
So,
it ran out of
yeah.
time.
well, I think it might behoove us to go back to the original vendor and find out why they never closed it and have them be responsible for whatever fees we're paying to
Yeah.
open it up again.
That's
I mean, when I had my roof done, I didn't close the permit, the roofing company closed the permit, you know, and
Usually they come, once it's complete, they'll do like a final inspection and then
Right,
close out the
right,
permit.
right.
Usually a permit's open for what, 6 months, is it?
There's a further issue with that.
I think it's
Yeah.
a
Fire
6 months.
department did not come to the sign off, and that was the thing that held it up.
Yeah, but they were probably never notified though, so it's,
And they
there's
did-
a breakdown in communication that happened and unfortunately we're dealing with it now. And then, as I learned in Illinois with permit issues, that if you don't follow the process initially, to go back, they make you pay.
Well, I don't know, I think it might behoove us, though, to just go back to
No,
the
it's
original.
fair.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, me too, I have a gripe about all these delinquencies, and I too am tired of hearing about it. I mean, my husband has it on the calendar on June 1st, that the bill is due on July 1st, and he sends it out usually by the 5th of June. So, in any event, you said we have 70 homes that are delinquent now. I mean, that's 12%, a little more than 12% of our community. That's a really high, crazy number. And then also, you said that some of these, I don't remember the number, Maria, but some of these are over 90 days. And
Yep.
nobody has said... I
15.
15. So I haven't heard anything about our collection policy process being followed. And I was just wondering if, the letters have gone out, the notice of
Yes.
late assessment and
Yes.
the default letters. So then why haven't these houses been sent to collection? And I think that it's our policy, send it to collection after a certain amount of time. I know what you're saying, that you think that maybe they don't know that they owe money, but still, they'll find out that they owe money once they're sent to collection. And I think that we need to be a little stronger enforcing our policies. So, it's my 2 cents. Thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Thanks, Patty.
Thank you, Patty.
Makes complete sense. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Adjourn us.
All right, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. All in favor, aye.
Everybody's ready.